Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Restorations and Repairs. Today we'll be checking out this new tool from Xtool, the D5S. This is one of their smaller units, and you know, I just checked out the IP919 and that thing is incredible. And so I wanted to take a look at what the other end of that spectrum is going to be. That's their top tier tool. Let's take a look at our budget tool from them and see how that performs. Let me get the camera closer and we'll unbox it, we'll power it up, we'll get it going, and then we'll take it out to one of the cars I got out here and run through some of the features and functions on it. Let's do it. And what do we got here? Tablet, USB-C, VGA to, what the heck? VGA to OBD2, interesting. And color card and packing list, quick accessories, okay. All right, and a little quick start guide. Oh, she's petite. All right, so we do have a nice USB-C cable. That's a pretty long one, actually. And then we have, oh, I see why they said VGA. So it's just the form factor is a VGA form factor to USB. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like, wait, what? And that's all she has, so there's not a whole lot going on there. Let's go ahead and get the girl out of the box here. There we go. Wow, that is really kind of a compact unit, isn't it? All right. Model D5S. All right. Up on top here, got a little protective port that can hold a micro SD card, our USB-C charging port. Here's our VGA or OBD2 port, and there's our power button. Okay, so no standard USB port, but that's not that surprising when we're talking about something as small as this. All right, let's go ahead and fire it up. Hopefully it has a charge. There we go. And we'll let this thing load here for a minute. All right, and it's going to go through some setup procedures, so I'm going to go ahead and do that off screen, and we'll come back to it. All right, here we are in the car. As you can see, we still have a whole bunch of updates to do, but I just want to get out here and play with it. So we're going to go into Diagnose. And we have an Asian car. We're going to find that Toyota somewhere in here. There we go. There's Toyota. And let's see if we can find it. All right, North America. Let's see if it finds it automatically. Does have laser cruise, does have a memory seat, and it does not have vehicle stability control. Boom. System scan, let's check and see what we got here. All right, now we don't have any codes, but if we did, I'd go in here to our DTC list. I could, oh well, since there's none, we could just go into report, I guess, and here we have fault code report. Nothing to say really, right? Okay, let's back out of that. And we're going into system selection. Here are the systems that are available. So this tool, you know, compared to the top of the line tool, what we don't see here are door modules, climate control, you know, rear doors, navigation system, stuff like that, like the extras. We don't have any of that here. This is an entry level. I take that back. This is a mid-level scan tool. But let's see what we can find here. So we have read DTC. We do have live data. So let's see what kind of live data shows up in here. And we have misfire, catalyst. Ooh, oh wow. All right, we do have the ability to check that. Calculated load. All right, so and we can do this. We can go down here, and we do have the ability to see some graphing. So it's not the most in-depth stuff, but you can see here's our readings. Fuel trim readings, moving all over the place as it should, and it's fairly snappy. I'll say, let me go back to that for a second. So here we are at idle. Let me blip the gas. Yeah, I would say the refresh is actually pretty good, and we can create by doing what I just did here. We have the custom, and that allows us to have it much faster, much faster. Cool. We don't have any freeze frames, but if we did, we could certainly get into that. I don't know what we're going to find here in ECM, but let's see what we can come up with. Nothing there. Okay, we only have read and clear when it comes to the SRS. Okay. So there is the diagnosis part. We have generic OBD2, which sometimes will show us live data that the in-depth system doesn't, and vice versa. It really depends on the manufacturer. I found American cars, sometimes generic is actually better than going into the actual vehicle, which is weird. Okay, we'll do an auto scan on that. And again, we have trouble codes, freeze frame, ECU. We could do component tests here, so not supported. And we do have readiness available here. Let's see, monitor, so okay, right? So that's a thing we can do. If we're gonna have to pass inspection, state inspection, we can get in here and verify that we're good before taking it down there. All right, let's back out of that and let's take a look at these special functions here. So this vehicle, it doesn't have electric parking brakes, but some of this stuff does have. We have oil light reset, suspension, injector coating, window initialization, crank relearn, tire pressure monitor, and throttle, as well as a steering angle sensor and EGR relearn, battery management. So there is some stuff in here. So that's actually pretty impressive. So we're looking at a scan tool. We're not going to get bi-directional controls when it comes to operating some of these lower level systems or even these high level systems. Like you can't command the fan to come on, you can't command injectors to pulse. But you do have the ability to do most service related stuff, and so this tool will give you that. All right, let's see what the more button here has on it. Profile, a report on the vehicle, and settings. We'll go into settings. So I mean, like a lot of these tools, this is an Android system underneath, but it is clearly locked. There's nothing I can do to get into it, but we can take a look and see. It just gives us that address and the version number and all the rest. Right. And that's about all you're going to get out of it, honestly. Date and time, storage. Let's take a look at storage. So, you know, probably a 32 gig setup there. Yeah, that's about all you're going to get out of it. That's it. So it's not an overly complex tool. But if I were going to say for a homeowner, this would probably be rocking it. This would be a really good homeowner tool. This would be a decent shade tree tool. I wouldn't recommend this to a pro level tech, but maybe an A tech or an early B tech would definitely find some use. This reminds me of when I was a younger guy. Innova used to make a whole line. Here's a picture of what I'm talking about. These tools were the A level / early B level tech scan tool for their time, and then of course you moved into custom tools like Snap-on and Matco. That now that tools like Xtool are around, those tools are obsolete. Everything's pretty much obsolete. This would be what I would say is now the lower end of a real shop tool, and certainly something within the price range of your weekender or whatever wants to get into. Cool. Well, I'll leave a link to where you can pick one of these things up, and I'll see you next time. Take care.